The DP-100 exam is a certification test for data scientists who want to demonstrate their skills in designing and implementing a data science solution on Azure. The exam covers various topics such as data ingestion, preparation, modeling, analysis, and deployment. Passing the DP-100 exam validates your ability to use Azure services and tools to solve real-world data science problems. The exam also adds value to your resume and career prospects as a certified Azure data scientist. 1. You plan to create a speech recognition deep learning model. The model must support the latest version of Python. You need to recommend a deep learning framework for speech recognition to include in the Data Science Virtual Machine (DSVM). What should you recommend? A. Apache Drill B. Tensorflow C. Rattle D. Weka. 2. You need to select a pre-built development environment for a series of data science experiments. You must use the R language for the experiments. Which 3 environments can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. MI.NET library on a local environment. B. Azure Machine Learning Studio. C. Data Science Virtual Machine (OSVM). D. Azure Databricks E. Azure Cognitive Services. 3. You plan to use a deep learning virtual machine (DLVM) to train deep learning models using Compute Unified Device Architecture (CUDA) computations. You need to configure the DLVM to support CUDA. What should you implement? A. Intel Software Guard Extensions, Intel SGX, technology. B. Solid-state drives, SSD. C. Graphic Processing Unit, GPU. D. Computer Processing Unit, CPU, speed increase by using overclocking. E. High Random Access Memory, RAM, configuration. 4. You are creating a machine learning model. You need to identify outliers in the data. Which 2 visualizations can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Box plot. B. Scatter. C. Random forest diagram. D. Venn diagram. E. ROC curve. 5. You are building a machine learning model for translating English language textual content into French language textual content. You need to build and train the machine learning model to learn the sequence of the textual content. Which type of neural network should you use? A. Multilayer Perceptions, MLPs. B. Convolutional Neural Networks, CNNs. C. Recurrent Neural Networks, RNNs. D. Generative Adversarial Networks, GANs. 6. You create an Azure Machine Learning workspace. You must configure an event handler to send an email notification WTEN data drift is detected in the workspace datasets. You must minimize development efforts. You need to configure an Azure service to send the notification. Which Azure service should you use? A. Azure Function Apps. B. Azure DevOps Pipeline. C. Azure Automation Runbook. D. Azure Logic Apps. 7. You create a binary classification model. The model is registered in an Azure Machine Learning workspace. You use the Azure Machine Learning Fairness SDK to assess the model fairness. You develop a training script for the model on a local machine. You need to load the model fairness metrics into Azure Machine Learning Studio. What should you do? A. Implement the download_dashboard_by_upload_id function. B. Implement the crease_group_metric_sec function. C. Implement the upload_dashboard_dictionary function. D. Upload the training script. 8. You use Azure Machine Learning Studio to build a machine learning experiment. You need to divide data into two distinct datasets. Which module should you use? A. Partition and sample. B. Assign data to clusters. C. Group data into bins. D. Test hypothesis using t-test. 9. You create a workspace by using Azure Machine Learning Studio. You must run a Python SDK v2 notebook in the workspace by using Azure Machine Learning Studio. You must preserve the current values of variables set in the notebook for the current instance. You need to maintain the state of the notebook. What should you do? A. Change the compute. B. Change the current kernel. C. Stop the compute. D. Stop the current kernel. 10. You have an Azure Machine Learning workspace named Workspaces. You must add a datastore that connects an Azure Blob storage container to Workspaces. You must be able to configure a privilege level. You need to configure authentication. Which authentication method should you use? A. Account key. B. SAS token. C. Service principal. D. Managed identity.